I've been doing financial planning for over 20 years, and the cases that have always intrigued me have been the ones that, have been case studies about large estates and kind of those 1 in a million cases that, most advisors probably will never see, but they're really fun to learn about and to explore the different strategies and tactics that are available to help your client and possibly, support local charities and organizations. That professional curiosity allowed me to seek out training and seek out continuing education that kind of eliminated some of the fears that some advisors have about having the discussion around charitable giving, because they don't want to seem like they don't have all the answers. And like every advisor, you don't necessarily have to have all the answers, but having a base understanding of the key topics and the key elements will more or less reduce some of the stress that an advisor might have in bringing up the idea of charitable giving with clients, because they're afraid of being a novice, or being the client might actually know more than they do on the topic. One reason that philanthropy is part of my life is through personal experiences. I lost a brother early on, and one of the things we decided to do as a family was to create a family foundation in his memory. And it helped from a healing and a grieving process to be able to do good in the world, and make an impact on kids that needed scholarships and organizations that needed some extra funds to ensure that we preserved a legacy in his name, and help with the grieving process personally, making sure that there was always that connection to him. But in doing so, we also learned the business side of charitable giving and the opportunities to create a family foundation and all the good and the bad that comes with it. And also, begin to see the value of organizations like ECCF and how they can help smaller organizations and larger organizations eliminate some of the red tape and the logistics that come with the business of charitable giving, so that they can truly just focus on doing the things they got into it for, which was to, provide hope and optimism for, struggling individuals and organizations in their communities. I've had the opportunity to lead Danvers Rotary and the Greater Beverly Chamber of Commerce, and serve on capital campaigns for the Beverly YMCA. And in doing so, you understand the need that these organizations have for local support, and also the challenges engaging donors when they have a lot of different options, and not everyone's exactly sure how to have those dialogue and discussions. So, I believe in the ability for individuals to make an impact locally, and sometimes they just need the right outlet or the right means to have that dialogue or discussion to see what they're capable of. And we spend a lot of time working with clients and having those discussions about the what ifs. What if they retire early? What if their kid gets into Harvard? What if something goes wrong? Or what if they want to travel to Europe for a year? And running all the different scenarios and strategies to see what's possible. And I always have discussions with individuals. And what if you took that thinking and applied it to charitable giving and the opportunities locally? And if you look at the number of advisors, the financial planners that exist on the North Shore of Boston, and the amount of wealth that they manage, and what if they were able to get every client to give away 1% of their net worth? I'm assuming that would generate, hundreds of millions of dollars in charitable support locally. When it comes to thinking strategically, you look at organizations like the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and how they've engaged extremely wealthy individuals in a simple commitment of giving away half of their net worth. And if you kind of think about that and say, well, you know what, I don't have billions of dollars to give away, and I don't want to give away half of my net worth, but I might be willing to give away 1%. Could I afford to give away 1% of my net worth? And, if you have a net worth of $2 million, you're by no means the wealthiest person in the world, but that's $20,000. And if you think about what $20,000 could do for local organizations, it's amazing, with the staff and the resources it can provide, the infrastructure, and then how they can stretch those funds to really do amazing things locally. It's just exciting to think that, that dialogue could exist, and, maybe challenge another advisor or attorney to, think about it personally and maybe have that discussion with their clients as well. I reach out to other advisors and other attorneys and other accountants and other professionals that are having these dialogue and discussion with clients. And when you start to have discussion about how you can help the client and how you can help the community without having to worry about trying to sell something, it's exciting to see how people's approach changes to communicating with other professionals. And it's allowed me to expand my personal network and my professional network that ultimately allows me to do a better job for my clients, because the more resources I have in other ancillary professions makes me a better resource for my clients. And beyond the professional networks, communicating to clients my commitment to giving and supporting locally helps to resonate the value of having a local advisor, because when it's all said and done, there's a lot of choice out there for clients and for, financial planners. And, knowing that the advisor they chose to work with is also having an impact locally, I think means something. And, some clients, like I said, they don't value that, but the ones that do are the ones that I, want to be working with. With clients, if we have the discussion about the organizations they're supporting locally, sometimes we find that there's a crossover of organizations that I'm passionate about, or other professionals I work with are passionate about. And just by having the discussion and dialogue, it helps me understand more about my clients' interests and passions, and, possibly finding, an avenue to, to kind of, have a discussion that's not financial related, but just about, making connections in the community. I want to thank ECCF for the opportunity to record this video, and encourage everyone who's listening to challenge the paradigm about how you're thinking about philanthropy and how you engage clients in your practice, and having some different dialogues in the years ahead.